to Jonathan Taylor. Huge hole. He's at the 30. He's going to go. 10, 5, touchdown. Jonathan Taylor made a man miss the line of scrimmage and then runs it into pay dirt. And a one-handed INT. Are you kidding me? Kenny Moore.
What a play by Nyheim Hines.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. We are here for week 2, the Colts week 2 matchup against the LA Rams. They come into town. Colts looking to try to rebound from a week 1 loss. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for the support. And we're going to have a great day, Matt. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. Just hoping for a better result than last week.
Yep, absolutely, man. I completely agree with you. I mean, what better chance to do it in week 2 in front of the home crowd against a good team in the LA Rams? So a couple quick disclaimers, guys. Sorry if I sound a little weird. Kind of dealing with a cold right now, so I hate that. But nevertheless, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate that. And also, make sure that if you guys haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so. And make sure to comment in the chat if you guys want. And be sure to become a member today if you want to. Check out our merch store. It's on the channel description. Make sure to go do that. And also, real quick word about our sponsor.
What's up, football fans? Do you want an advantage on your sports betting this year? You need to download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. Their computer model scans hundreds of thousands of bets every year to give you the best bet recommendation for every game across all major sports. Their model covers everything from spreads, over-unders, to player prop bets. If you don't want to use their model and use your own research, that's fine. They can help you with your researching needs. There's sharp data to know who the pros are backing, the line movement so you can jump on betting opportunities in real time, team summaries highlighting previous success and over-unders and spreads, and team lineup, breaking news, and injury status updates. Plus, you can save all your picks in one place to track your success on leaderboards and rankings. Head to the App Store or Google Play now to download BetQL. You can also head to try.betql.co/juice to get started. Enter the discount code JUICE for a 25% off any of their subscription offerings. Find all this information here in the description, and make sure to check out their BetMGM in the description to receive a free year of BetQL. No subscription status is nothing. Also, check out their sportsbook offer pages if you live in an eligible state for free offers upon signing up. Don't miss out on the chance to beat your sportsbooks this football season.
That was a word from our sponsor. Guys, be sure to go check out BetQL. All links in the description. So thank you guys again. We're going to hop into this today. And I think first things first, we got to talk about here Eric Fisher debut. It's finally here. We talked about him coming back this year, coming back from that Achilles injury that he suffered in January. Now, the ironic thing is, majority of people said he was not going to make it before week 6 of this NFL season. But here we are, week 2 of the NFL season, and he's here, and he's ready to play. We don't really know how much is going to happen here, but nevertheless, he is ready to play. How are you feeling about it, Matt?
It makes me so happy. We finally get some good news for this team because we just been getting bad news after bad news with injuries, it feels like. But getting him back, especially with Braden Smith being out, is really going to help our offensive line out. It's going to help the run game out quite a bit too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Eric Fisher definitely brings a whole new light to this team, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I joked about it. Can't be much worse than what we saw week 1. So you certainly hope not against this Rams defensive front we're about to see today.
Definitely, we're gonna need him really bad because Quentin isn't like 100% quite yet too. So we need to have somebody like Eric Fisher in there to, help Quentin out if he's going to need help. But, that I guess that depends on the severity of his injury, which shouldn't be too bad, but still.
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, might as well hop into this injury report, and it just came up.
Yeah.
We will list the inactives here now for you, Matt. So Chris Williams, defensive tackle, Braden Smith, our right tackle. We all kind of knew that was happening. We also believe that Julian Davenport is going to be the right tackle for the Colts today. We think that's probably the best option. Isaac Rochelle, an inactive today. Xavier Rhodes, an inactive for today. Will Fries, an inactive for today. And the surprise one, Paris Campbell, is also inactive for today. So let's kind of talk real quick first about your first initial thoughts on this.
It just sucks. I feel so bad for Paris Campbell because the guy has been hurt every single year. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as bad as previous injuries, so that's good. But still, not having Paris Campbell absolutely stinks. And then I'll pull it up too, so I have it on my end. Will Fries kind of expected. We already knew Xavier Rhodes and Braden Smith are going to be out, which of course hurts the team because they're really good players, but it's not too surprising. And Chris Williams and Isaac Rochelle, it sucks they're going to be out. Sucks they're hurt. I'm not sure how much they would have played, but still, it sucks.
Yeah, totally. Real quick before we get into everything else, Xander with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Xander. Bring the juice. We're about to beat the Rams 28-21.
Yes, sir.
Love that enthusiasm, man. Love that enthusiasm. If we pull it off, I'll if the Colts win 28-21, just remind me and I'll send you $20. Swear to God, I will. If we end up winning 28-21.
There you go.
Thank you, Xander, so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's kind of get back into this injury report here. So Braden Smith, obviously out, and we kind of now wonder, who should start at right tackle. It's sounding like Davenport's going to over Danny Pinter and Matt Pryor, who a lot of people thought was originally going to be the backup. I guess we'll find out once that means everybody's in. But what are your thoughts on Davenport playing at right tackle rather than at a Matt Pryor? Because remember, Davenport does have some experience there.
It's probably better that he starts over Matt Pryor. I mean, Matt Pryor is newer to the whole system, so it probably is a little better to have Davenport in there, but it still worries me because of last week. Yes, like it, guys. You got to like the stream.
Yeah, like the stream.
After last week, like I said, it absolutely terrifies me that we're going to have Davenport in over anybody, really, because he was horrendous last week, so hopefully he's better on the right side, but I don't know. We have to get him some help either way, though.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of talked about it from the very beginning, how the Colts devise a game plan on the right side of that offensive line is going to be very important today. Because, you'll probably need some help occasionally with Eric Fisher until he gets his feet back underneath him, but I'm not as worried as what I have with the right tackle. Obviously, we know Xavier Rhodes being out is one of the biggest injuries on this whole front. What started out as a simple calf injury is now lingering again, and we don't know how long. I mean, he was working on the side this week, so I would assume that means he's going to be back next week. But goodness, another game without him, and then Paris. Yeah, Paris being out again. Gosh, it sucks because, we're already down T.Y. Hilton, and now we're down our most explosive wide receiver. It just seems to be getting worse and worse for this receiver front.
Yeah, I had a feeling when DeMichael Harris was being activated, I had a feeling it was either going to be Campbell or Pittman, but, just if I was going to put money on it at the time, I would have said Campbell because of his history, but yeah, man, I feel really bad for Campbell, because he's been dealing with injuries all his career. And, the guy has shown he can be absolutely dominant and explosive, but just the injuries, man. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. I don't think it's going to be anything to worry about, but still, it stinks.
Yeah. We can talk about the positive notes to this injury report. So you saw guys like Kwity Paye and Darius Leonard and some of the other secondary guys that were on the injury report as well. But no, other than Paris Campbell and Xavier Rhodes and Braden Smith, who we all saw, no other major starters are out for this game. So very important there. Good that we were able to get Kwity Paye, Darius Leonard, the rest of this defense back for this game. That's got to feel good, though.
Absolutely. I mean, it is good to have everybody coming back. We really need Kwity Paye in there to come off the edge, so I'm really happy to have him in there. And even though he didn't have the best week last week, having Willis back is really big too.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's go to the next topic here. Who needs to step up today? It's the X factor. It can be defense, offense, whatever you want it to be. You know, I went on Say It Again Network and went on their live stream to talk about that as well. Anyone that saw that from before knows my answer to this already. But who's the X factor today that needs to step up in a big way for the Colts to win this game?
If I could cheat, I would say the entire secondary needs to step up, because after last week, that was really, really bad. Willis is going to have to step up. He's going to have to, play much better than what he did last week. And then on the offensive side of things, we're going to need Julian Davenport to step up, because I'm pretty confident in everybody else. You know, everybody has a bad day at the office. I think, Quentin Nelson, and he wasn't bad last week. Quentin Nelson was definitely the best part of that offensive line last week, but he's going to have to play well. Ryan Kelly, Mark Galinsky, they're going to all have to play really well too. So, definitely Julian Davenport on the offensive side.
Yep, absolutely. I think that for the offensive side of things, I think Nyheim Hines needs to have a big day, because when we were talking to our Rams guy earlier in the week, he said that the Rams are supremely confident in their secondary to where they will not allow they want to try to make you beat them deep. And you don't want to do that, right? You don't want to try to beat them deep a lot, because that normally doesn't work out well, right? So you want to try to work those long drives. That's what the Rams try to do. They want you to go those long drives, so they hope that you make a mistake. But if they're going to allow you to do that, then that's what you need to do. And who better to get it in the hands of than your shifty running back in Nyheim Hines, a guy that can create space in the open field, a guy that can make plays with his feet. That is who you want to get going against a team that is going to allow you to make plays that way.
Definitely Nyheim has to step up for sure, because he does offer you both the run, game ability. Also the receiving side of things too offers you a lot there. He's going to have to step up. I agree with, I want to bring it up. I saw in the comment too, was the first one. It's Jonathan Taylor needs to step up as well. He needs to have a really big game. Who said it first? I saw it and it's gone.
Wait, what's up?
Oh, FaZe Waterhose. He said Taylor needs to step up, and I agree with him. Taylor has to step up.
Yeah,
I just want to shout him out.
In total, need to have a big day today. They do.
Definitely.
And especially since we know, this Rams defense has been susceptible to being run on in a lot of games. Last year, they were an average run-stopping team. They were not that great. I mean, they were really good at getting pressure on the quarterback. They are not that great when it comes to stopping the run. David Montgomery, just last week, before he went out with an injury, had over 100 yards rushing on the Rams defense. So it shows you that you can do that. And the Bears offensive line's not great, and they still ran for 100-plus yards on it. So if the Colts have any chance of winning this game, they have to run the football.
I absolutely agree. And even when our offensive line isn't healthy, I think it's better than the Bears' offensive line. What's going on, Lawrence?
What's up, Lawrence?
But our offensive line is better than the Bears' offensive line, even without Braden Smith, I believe.
Yes.
They don't have everybody, on their offensive line. You have Jenkins. Isn't he out for the season? And that's the guy they drafted.
Yeah.
So they're definitely not as good as our offensive line. So I totally believe that we can run for over 100 yards. And I'm expecting Taylor to do a lot of good things today.
Awesome. Well, and the age-old question today, and it's been talked about all week, how to slow down Aaron Donald. I mean, that is the big one here, and everyone's been saying it. Oh, well, you got Quentin Nelson, one of the best offensive linemen in football, and Aaron Donald, one of the best defensive linemen in all of football. You have two big forces colliding. I'm here to tell you right now, Colts fans, that is not going to happen very much today. This is how I view it, Matt, and you're more than welcome to tell me whether or not you think I'm correct in saying this, but let me know what your thoughts are about it. I think that when it comes to this game, Aaron Donald will line up on the left side of the offensive line on early down situations or third and shorts.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, he is shifting to the right. To the right to take on Mark Lewinsky and Julian Davenport / Matt Pryor and playing on that side of the field to gain a better edge presence on there. Because why would you go up against Quentin Nelson when you can go up against a guy like Mark Lewinsky and Julian Davenport?
Right. I actually think 85 to 90% of the time in the game, he's going to be on the right side. I don't see him being on the left side much at all. I think it's going to happen at least once. I think you're going to see Donald versus Quentin Nelson once, maybe twice in the game. But, McVay, he's a smart guy. That whole coaching staff is smart. They're not going to put Donald on the left side unless, the right side is dominating the entire game. Or unless Eric Fisher isn't playing as well, then they'll put Donald on the left side. But I think it's going to be 85, 90% of the time you're going to see him on the right side.
Lawrence just basically issuing this. I mean, play one tech 50% of the time and three tech 50%. Generally goes to where he makes the bigger impact. And that's what you get in a player like Aaron Donald. He's not stagnant in where he goes. He can go anywhere. He'll play on the freaking edge if you need him to play on the freaking edge. That's what you need. And that's a guy that, we're going to have to figure out.
Definitely. It's going to be really difficult. I'm confident that Nelson can take him on one-on-one. But when it's not Nelson, you're going to have to double team him, maybe even triple team him, depending on how well Davenport plays today. If he's playing as well as he did last week, you're probably going to need to triple team him at that point. But if he can hold his own somewhat, which I'm hoping he can, then you got to double team Donald, because I don't think Galinsky can stop him by himself. Same with Davenport. They got to work together on that. And then, we're just going to have to run on the left side whenever Donald's on the right side. And I think that's how you slow him down. You just go the opposite direction of where Donald is.
And again, Donald's not insanely great when it comes to stopping the run either.
Right.
Donald can definitely make that presence, especially if he gets pressure in the right gap. But a lot of times he is a freelancer when it comes to his gap control, because he's so good at it that he can do what he wants in the gap control. So if you can just, whatever gap you give up, as long as you can still maintain a presence on him, then I trust the running backs to be able to find those lanes, and it might help our favor later on. So that's going to be the more difficult one. But this one we have to ask, what kind of day does Wentz need to have to win today?
I think he needs to have a solid day. I don't think he needs to be great today, because I think you got to rely on the run game, because you got Jalen Ramsey out there and he'll fly anywhere. I mean, he's like Kyle Hamilton in that Florida State game. He'll be on one side of the field, and then in a second, he'll be on the other side, just like instantly. He's like that type of player. So I think Wentz needs to have a solid day. Just avoid turning the ball over. Just play smart today and just rely on the run game. And if your run game can do well, then I think they have a chance to win. But he just doesn't need to try to do anything fancy. He doesn't need to play hero ball. I think in that sense we'll be fine.
So, like, when you look at what he did last week, does he need to do any more than that, or does he need to just do the same?
I don't think so. I think he can play about as well as he did against the Seahawks, because really he was he played well enough to win that Seahawks game. It was just everybody else didn't, step up and play all that great.
Right.
Credit to the Seahawks defense. They were great last week, but he played well enough to win. I think if he plays about the same, as long as our run game can get going, I think we can win. He just doesn't need to do anything fancy.
Yeah, just no turnovers, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Just reducing the amount of turnovers. He did a really good job of not throwing interceptions against the Seahawks. Needs to do that again today. Just limiting the turnovers. You don't give the ball away to this Rams team. We can have a chance to win this game as long as we have time of possession.
Definitely. Just play smart. I hope they don't play as conservative as they did last week, but play smart, take chances when you can, but don't just, throw the deep ball constantly. Just play smart.
Have the same kind of concept as last week. Just kind of mix it up a little more. I want to see more of those trick plays, but, having the same concept. You want to get those short passes to allow your running backs and your guys to make plays with their feet. Don't let the defenders make big plays by trying to force something that's not there.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
So we kind of already talked about it with position groups here, but we talked about every position group at this point in time. But when we're looking at the wide receivers and we're looking at the tight ends, what else are you looking at today?
I'll be keeping an eye out on the defensive line. That's one thing I'm going to be watching, seeing if they can bring pressure to Stafford. I think that's going to be another big key for today. I'm looking at our safeties, hoping that, both Blackman and Willis can play better than what they did last week. And then on the offensive side of things, I'm going to keep my eye out on our tight ends. I want to see if Jack Doyle and Mo can get involved. I think Mo's going to have a big day. It's his birthday. He might have a really big day.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I want to see more from the tight ends today. I need to see more from the tight ends today. I need to see Mo Alley-Cox get involved. I need to see, them involved in the blocking scheme. I need to try to see Granson done a little more today. I need to see more from action from that. So, hey, the No Horse Around podcast. Ethan, what's up, my guy? How you doing, everybody? Thank you to the 75 of you in here right now. Greatly appreciate all of you being in here. Thank you so much for the support. Be sure to like the stream, guys. Only at 32 likes. Liking the stream helps get more people in here. The more likes we get, greatly appreciate that. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so very much. Okay, so we talked about tight ends and everything else. Kind of already mentioned everything, so let's kind of go into a trivia question here for you guys. So be sure to comment in the stream if you can. Be sure to comment on what your answer is. So let's kind of take a look at this here. The Colts have played the Rams 5 times since 2000. What is the record in those 5 games? Is it A, 0-5, B, 3-2, or C, 4-1? So I want to see everybody's answers there. So they played 5 times since 2000. What is their record in those 5 games against the Rams? Matt, do you have an early answer?
That's a good question. So I'm going to go with B.
You're going to go with B?
I'm just going to go B. I don't think the Colts went winless since 2000 because I'm sure Manning's played them and I'm sure he's gotten a win or 2 on them. I know the year that Manning was out, it was the year that the Rams got hot and went on that Super Bowl run. We played them that year. But I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to give the answer away by going through all the games that I can remember. So I'm just going to go B.
Okay. All right. Everybody else, let's see. We got
here. I'm going to put Static in timeout. That's your warning, Static.
Yeah, I think FaZe already deleted his messages and everything.
Yeah. So I timed him out for 5 minutes just now, but if he
keep an eye on those. I don't know if Yeah, Static is in here freaking spamming and all this other crap. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, final answers for everybody. A 0-5, B 3-2, C 4-1. I saw a bunch of B's, saw a couple of C's in there.
Mhm.
Well, guess what? If you selected B, you were correct. The Colts
There you go.
are 3-2. Since then, they played them in 2001 and won that matchup. Lost in 05 and in 09, and then played them in 13 and 17. The Rams beat them, or we beat them in 13 and 17. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into that one. So apparently Coach was asked about him. He said he could play, but they were just being cautious. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, when you got an abdomen injury, you don't want to take a chance on that. I totally get it. So,
see, and that does make me feel better too, because at least we know.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Let me see if I can share my screen here real quick. Hold on. I want to share my screen because I find that I remember this. I remember this being here. 1 second. I want to show this because this is what somebody tweeted just now. I think we're all in agreement. That's what it is. Even though I think it should be Quentin Nelson versus Aaron Donald, because obviously Kong is quicker and a little smaller, and Quentin's just bigger and stronger. I think you need to flip those.
Right.
You need to put Nelson as Godzilla and Donald versus as Kong. But nevertheless, I think that makes sense. So that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ed, what's up, man? How you doing? We got blasted in 13-17, I think. No, we got beat in the mid part of the 2000s. I think that was what it was. So let's see here.
Yeah.
Just making sure that everything else is good in the chat. Making sure that there's no dramatic spam anymore.
Yeah. So I'm keeping an eye on it just in case.
Yeah, y'all need to chill. All right.
Yeah. I gave Static a chance, and then he decided to continue running his mouth.
Before FaZe ended up getting him, so.
Right. See, I only noticed him a couple times. There is a lot of moving going on upstairs, but yeah, I'm glad that guy is out.
Do the Texans go 2-0 and keep the division? No, they're playing the Browns. I don't see them winning.
I think they lose to the Browns, but
now do they cover the spread though?
Oh yeah,
12.5.
Oh yeah, they're gonna cover. It's like at one point when I put money down on it, it was like 13.5. I was like, okay, there's no way they're gonna lose by 13.5.
Pittman is not inactive. Pittman is playing today, so
yeah, he's definitely playing.
Am I calling play-by-play today? You bet your butt you are. I am definitely doing that. Even with a cold.
Yeah.
Even with a cold. I still got to do it, man. Still got to do it. Let's see here. All right. So we'll take a quick second here to play our sponsor video again for you guys, and then we'll be right back after the ad, and we'll talk a little more Colts football for you guys.
What's up, football fans? Do you want an advantage on your sports betting this year? You need to download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. Their computer model scans hundreds of thousands of bets every year to give you the best bet recommendation for every game across all major sports. Their model covers everything from spreads, over-unders, to player prop bets. If you don't want to use their model and use your own research, that's fine. They can help you with your researching needs. There's sharp data to know who the pros are backing, the line movement so you can jump on betting opportunities in real time, team summaries highlighting previous success and over-unders and spreads, and team lineup, breaking news, and injury status updates. Plus, you can save all your picks in one place to track your success on leaderboards and rankings. Head to the App Store or Google Play now to download BetQL. You can also head to try.betql.co/juice to get started. Enter the discount code JUICE for a 25% off any of their subscription offerings. Find all this information here in the description, and make sure to check out their BetMGM in the description to receive a free year of BetQL. No subscription status is nothing. Also, check out their sportsbook offer pages if you live in an eligible state for free offers upon signing up. Don't miss out on the chance to beat your sportsbooks this football season.
Thank you, everybody. So let's kind of get back into the action.
Static is getting banned.
Okay,
They're gone. Bam, gone. Look at that. Yeah. No, I he was like, yeah, I'm a troll, and then he decided to, throw some insults. So banning him.
Yeah. Why did people have to do that? I have a feeling that it was a bot, but nevertheless, whatever. All right.
See, he's like, I'm a bot. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Of course. Yeah, you would say that you're a bot. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You just happen to find my channel and you say you're a bot. Yeah, sure. All right. Let's get back into some more talk here. We got the new team, the new Stafford, right? I mean, Matthew Stafford looked really dang good in his first game against the Bears. What's your overall take right now, Matt, on this offense with Matt Stafford at the helm now?
It's exactly what we thought it was going to be. It's a really good offense. Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods are one of the best 1-2 duos when it comes to receivers. And Matthew Stafford, we always knew, he's a great quarterback. He just needed to leave Detroit. Now he's on a good team. And, look, I like Jared Goff. I don't think he's as bad as everybody says he is. But, yeah, Matthew Stafford is light years better in that offense. Even without their starting running back, it's really, really good.
Oh, yeah, and just a quick update here. The Saints are playing today without 5 starters from week 1. They're missing Marshawn Lattimore, Eric McCoy, Marcus Davenport, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and Quan Alexander.
Jeez.
They're missing 4 of their starting defense right now, and they're playing against Carolina this week.
Yeah, Carolina's not too bad.
Kind of scary. That's kind of scary because we saw what the Panthers are able to do against teams, and now that the Saints are missing some of those guys, that's going to suck.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, he's not like a great quarterback or anything, but he's a pretty good quarterback. So
he's got players around him. Around him.
Yeah, they're missing some big corners.
Yeah. And Stafford this year, what I saw from week 1 is, I said this and the Rams guy confirmed it. It's basically where the Rams playbook is completely open now. It's completely open. There is nothing that is off limits for Matt Stafford. Stafford can throw it 60 yards down the field and make whatever throw Sean McVay wants to draw up. Because now he has the receivers to get down there for verticals. He can run drag routes. He can get creative with everything he wants now. And that is scary because before with Jared Goff, your offense was somewhat limited and it resulted in everybody else, it depended on everybody else picking up the slack for Goff. That's not the issue anymore. Everybody is now at full capacity. And that's scary, especially now there's not much film on it. What the Colts defense, and this kind of goes into the game plan option here. What exactly does the Colts defensive game plan need to be in this game to help stop the stuff that we saw in week 1?
You're going to have to bring pressure to Stafford. Stafford isn't like Wilson where Wilson can just run around and throw the ball. Stafford, even though he does have a little bit of, movement in him, he's not like, Phillip Rivers. He can run if needed, but still, you're going to have more success getting to him versus Wilson. So you need to bring pressure to him. That way you force him to make a mistake. And you just got to make sure you stay on your man and, don't let anybody just break open, just have, play zone if you have to. But, you just got to bring the pressure. And I think if you do that, then you'll be able to maybe not stop their offense, but you'll be able to slow it down.
Yeah, I think that you need to be able to get pressure up the middle. Our Rams guy said their tackles are much better than what it is on the interior of their offensive line. You need to get pressure up the middle. DeForest Buckner needs to be one of those X factors, getting consistent pressure up the middle and everything that he does. needs to happen, and you need to throw some Darius Leonard blitzes in there as well to kind of mix things up for that defense. And you kind of have to play the same playbook as what the Rams do. You don't want them to go deep, so you need to play everybody back. Play the Tampa. Force the Rams to make a mistake somewhere and beat them that way. Do not allow those receivers to get deep behind you and make those plays. That's what you need to do. You need to go just long drives, consistent long drives. I don't care if it's tiring. I don't care if it results in them getting points. We can't allow them to continue to get quick touchdowns like they did in week 1 and how we gave up week 1 against Seattle.
I agree with that. Just if you're going to allow like the 10-yard plays, 15-yard plays, okay, that's one thing. Just don't let Robert Woods or Cooper Kupp get by you guys. As long as you do that, I feel like our defense in the red zone can hold its own and can do pretty well. Just, if you have to, allow them to get a field goal, that's fine. Just don't let them get in the end zone.
Exactly.
Just bend, don't break.
Who on the defense do you want to see make a giant impact today?
I would love to see Grover Stewart, make a big impact. He needs to have a pretty big game today. And I think he can. DeForest Buckner, that's somebody who needs to come in and have a big game as well. And then, I know Leonard's hurt, but if Leonard can, get involved in whether it's blitzing or just pass coverage, he needs to play well too. But, I'm really hoping Grover Stewart and Buckner can get in there and get involved.
Totally agree. All right, let's take a look at some fantasy options for today. So who on the Colts offense are you looking to think that they may have a bigger day today?
I think Taylor. I think he's going to have a big day. I did a preview video on my channel, and I predicted Taylor was going to get 100 to 120 yards in the game. I think he's going to have a big day. I think if Montgomery can get 95 yards on the Rams defense, I think Taylor can get 100, 120 for sure. So if I'm going to start anybody from the Colts on the offensive side of things, you got to go Taylor.
Gotcha. And I think Nyheim Hines as a flex option in deep leagues is a good option as well because, again, I think he's going to touch the ball again at least 10 times today. I think it's going to happen again. And, when you have a guy like Hines, he's dynamic with the ball in his hands. You need to be able to use him, and I think they're going to use the same game plan as this. So I think that we'll see another form of him today in that regard. Now, are you starting Matt Stafford this week if you're a fantasy owner, or are you not?
I don't think so. I think he'll get about 20 points, but I don't think he's going to do anything more than like 20 going by fantasy. I think he's going to have good numbers today. I don't think it's going to be anything like spectacular unless the Colts secondary falls apart again. And if it falls apart, then you got to look in the draft and free agency to try to replace some people. But
I would totally start Stafford, man. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm thinking he's gonna get 25-30. At least that's what we're seeing from this Colts defense right now. That's just me. But especially the receivers he's got. I mean, you look at Robert Woods gonna have a good day. Cooper Kupp's probably gonna have a good day. It's not like this Colts defense is going to try and shut down each individual receiver here. Like I said, it's going to end up probably being the long drives, and long drives means more catches. So if you're in PPR, you take a shot on Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and Matt Stafford because that number is just going to go up crazy.
I mean, maybe. I just have a feeling that Stafford, like 20 is decent. I agree with the 1-0 podcast. I mean, it's decent, but that's not like the number you want from your quarterback if you're going to win the game. I don't think he's going to get 25-30. I think he'll get around 20, but I have faith, guys. I have faith in our defense.
Hey, always a good thing. Always a good thing to have faith in there, man. I mean, we have to. We have to do that. All right. Let's look at some games around the league here, guys. We're going to round off the podcast by talking about a few games around the league. So I'll just I'll go and give you the game. You give me your winner and just like 1 or 2 reasons why. Just
Okay.
So Raiders versus the Steelers.
Raiders versus Steelers. I'm going to go Steelers. Say Steelers by. I'll go 5. Steelers by 5.
Okay, I will go Steelers as well. I think their defense is going to find a way. Or actually, no, I'm changing my my view on that because I'm going to pick the Raiders because Devin Bush and Joe Hayden are both out for that game. So missing some very key guys there. If you can limit TJ Watt, I don't think that Steelers defense is going to stop much. I think Raiders go 2-0 to start the season out. I mean, I wouldn't have said that before that, but that was they lost a couple good guys there.
That's true.
49ers at the Eagles.
49ers, I hope it's by 85 because the fans just aggravate me. But like you go to Carson Wentz's Instagram, you just see 75%, 75%, 75%.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's just like, guys, come on.
Guys, do you have anything else to talk about? Like, Jesus, like you got anything else to do with your life? Also, we got 90 of you in here right now and only 49 likes, guys. Come on, get those likes up just a little bit. Let's get those likes up just a little bit. Come on.
But realistically, I got 49ers still. I'll go by... Just because I need Jalen Hurts to prove to me that he can be like a franchise guy. I'll go 49ers by 10.
All right, gotcha. Yeah, I think that it will be the 49ers as well, even with all the injury concerns that they have. I think that the Eagles are just a little more inexperienced, and with that defense, the 49ers are still really good. So I'm going to go with that. Browns or Texans versus the Browns.
I'll go Browns, but I'll go Browns by like 7.
Okay. I think the Browns wipe out the Texans, to be honest. I think that their version of how to play the game is just too good for the Texans. Broncos at the Jaguars.
I'll go Broncos. I'm going to go by 17. I think it's going to be a blowout.
All right. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I think the Broncos will still win by a couple. Saints versus the Panthers. Now, I remind you again, the Saints are missing a lot of defensive starters in this game, and they're on the road to take on the Panthers, who will probably put up a little more of a fight than Green Bay.
Ooh. I'm still going to go Saints.
Okay.
I'll say Saints by field goal.
I'm going to go Panthers. I'm going the upset on this one. I'm going the upset with the Panthers. I think their offense is going to find a way to utilize all the mismatches on that Saints defense. So we'll save the Rams and Colts game for last. We're going to do that for our prediction here at the end. Bills going to Miami to face the Dolphins.
Bills by 10.
I'm going to go Dolphins by 3. I think the Dolphins offense has figured it out, and I don't think the Bills have yet. I think the Dolphins might pull off the upset here. Would that be crazy to see the Bills go 0-2 to start the season?
That would be. It's like everybody's just building them up, saying Super Bowl, and they're like, I don't know.
I
don't know about that, guys.
They said actually only 30% of teams who have ever gone 0-2 to start the season out have ever made it to the playoffs. So your chances of making it are very slim at that time. So Patriots on the road to face the Jets.
Patriots by
20.
No, I'll give the Jets a little more faith in that. I'll go Pats by 14.
Okay. Bengals going to the Windy City to face the Chicago Bears.
I got Bengals in this. I'm going to go by 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. I'm going to do the same thing there. Falcons going to face the Super Bowl champs in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Falcons don't even show up in this game. Bucks by like 30.
Yeah, I think Bucks win by at least 3 touchdowns here today. That's my guess. Vikings going on to face the Arizona Cardinals.
Believe the hype on the Cardinals, guys. I've been saying this. Cardinals by 10 because the Vikings aren't terrible.
Yeah, I think they do similar to the same thing they just did against Tennessee. I'm gonna be honest. I think they win by 17 at least. I think the Vikings are very similar in the way they attack the field on offense as they were with the Tennessee Titans. I think they're going to do that again, especially if they get the pressure that Chandler Jones did in that game. My gosh.
Right.
Titans going to face Seattle.
I got to go Seahawks. Seahawks get the win. Kaka by like, let's go 20.
Sheesh. All right. I think
the end of Derrick Henry.
I think Seahawks win by 8. All right. The fake America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, go to face the LA Chargers.
Chargers win. Jerry Jones considers selling the team.
Yeah, right. I don't agree with you with the second part, but I agree with you with the first part. The Chargers win by 7. All right, Sunday Night Football. Kansas City Chiefs face the Baltimore Ravens.
Kansas City, give me 17. They're going to slaughter them.
Kansas City 14 for me. I think that's pretty obvious for a lot of people, especially how they looked against the Ravens. And Monday Night Football. The Lions travel to Green Bay.
So if the conspiracies about Rodgers sabotaging the Packers are true, I'll go Lions. However, I don't believe that. Rodgers can have a big day. Packers by like 24.
Yeah, I think the Packers rebound from that bad loss. I think they win by 17 against the Lions. So that'll be it for that one. And last but not least for the Colts game today. Everyone knows mine already if you saw the preview. 31-21 Rams in this game. But I want to hear your prediction.
So I don't think in my video I gave like a score prediction, but I think they're going to run the ball successfully. That's going to be the big deciding factor. Whoever wins in that battle between the Rams defense and the Colts rushing offense, whoever wins that is going to win the game. I think the Colts win that battle. I got Colts by 3 points. Give me a hot rod game-winning kick.
All right. I like that. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this pregame stream. Thank you again to Matt for joining me. And again, guys, if you're watching this, please go to the live play-by-play that we're going to have here very shortly. That starts up at 1:45, right before the game starts. So make sure you all go check that out. I will be doing a play-by-play of the game in case some of you can't see it or you just want to hang out. But again, thank you guys so much for the support. And as always, go Colts.